All right, this is so exciting. My first big public official Facebook Live video. Hello out there. Michael Scanzello with thrivemewild.com. I'm here on the Thrive Me Wild page for the 30-day live video challenge. This all started to conquer overthinking. So if you're a person that overthinks, you have too many ideas, you don't know which one to go with, maybe you just get stuck in inaction. You're just not taking action on things that you want to take action on, big, important life decisions in your relationships. Maybe it's in your work, in your career, you want to level up, or you have a side hustle, you want to get going or supercharge it. We're here to talk about all that as it relates to overthinking. So if that sounds like you, I call it underliving. If you're an underliver, one of those people that for the first 18 years of my life, even beyond that, wasn't until I was 30 years old, I became a magician and kind of went on this dream career path and started these side hustle projects and whatnot. But that's basically what it's here about. It's about overthinking. As you can tell, I'm overthinking the introduction here. So just get in. If you want to join, I'm here to collaborate. We're here to get together and collaborate. And how can you collaborate? How can you connect in this project? Obviously, you can comment here. It's live. It's a live video. So if you're here live with me, I'll see it. I will feature you. We're here to help you. If you have a question, answer it. I've read lots of books. More importantly, I, in my own case study, done lots of overthinking for the better part of at least 35 plus years since I was at least 6 or 7 years old. So I got my little outline here to help me through this video. And basically so you can live a bigger, fuller, more exciting, brighter life. If you feel like that speaks to you or somebody you know, share it with a friend who can use this message. There's going to be a way you can sign up if you want to get the video and the content later. There's going to be a downloadable audio version of this. The blog for readers, as well as the video content that'll be going up on YouTube in a playlist under Even Think. Eventually, when there's captions later on when this replays, I'll mention the Even Think, just the word even and think put together, which is my solution to overthinking, which I'll tell you briefly what it's about. So here's my idea, is to go through this 30-day challenge in real time, the things that come up in my daily life across the 30 days as I'm overthinking and how I overcome them. Like setting up for this video in my home office shoot, it took me like an hour and a half, right? Just to get the lights and do research, just to hit play and do a video, right? How crazy is that? So if you can relate to that, hey, let me know if you're there live or on the replay, comment below. Again, ask a question. I'm going to answer it. I'm going to look back over the 30 days, answer those questions. If you have a great reference to some research, some ancient text, that could be cool. I'm actually, full disclosure here, I'm doing this as a challenge to myself to compile information for a book, to collaborate together, to put a book together, but one that's actually based on techniques that work in the real world, not just for me, but for other people, for you, to stop overthinking. So the even think concept is the idea that, overthinking is bad, right? That's when you just get stuck in inaction and indecision and you do nothing. And then there's underthinking, which I haven't really heard too much about, but this I know of in my own experience is when I get so overwhelmed by all the choices that you just do anything, right? You just jump into something and it's wrong. It's like the wrong person to date, not such a big deal. You got it on a date, doesn't work out. But it could lead to some bad decisions that might have repercussions later on in your life. And as you keep doing it, if you keep living in this reactionary mode of just, gut level, I got to get a job, I got to do this, I got to do that, and doing the default thing in your life that's not the best thing for you, you're never really taking on the big challenges, right? You're never really getting further ahead in your life. You're just stuck in this mode of, act in the moment, act, go, go, go. And sometimes you have to act in the moment. I love, if you want to look up, here's a real reference for you. Mel Robbins with her 5-second rule is great. It's phenomenal. She has a whole online thing as well with videos, a lot of cool free content. And her stuff's great in the moment. That's awesome. What I think about those big life decisions, those major decisions in your life. Maybe you're getting married, you're thinking about buying a house, you want to change careers, you want to level up in your career. Maybe you want to go back to school for something, you want to start a side hustle, get a side business going. Some big change in your life, or maybe you just want to feel better about your life. You just want to have everything integrated where you're not disjointed and there's all these different things and ideas flowing in your head and all this negative self-talk. You want to just clear it out, get rid of the anxiety. So even thinking, the concept is just to think just enough, do enough research to be able to take the downside, to be able to say, you know what, I can handle the downside. Like for this live video, okay, if nobody shows up, so what? The downside is I can do a replay, people will see it later. I'll know I know how to do a video, and I'll be able to reach out and contact people that I know, friends and family and people in my circle of influence, and get them to send out to their people. the message to get more people involved. So maybe by day 30, maybe I'll have a few more people involved. Who cares? Not a big deal, right? But you overthink things and you're like, oh my gosh, what if I go and I do this presentation? What if I get on the phone with this client? Or, my job, what if I tell the boss I want a day off and, he's going to think I'm asking too much? Whatever it is, when you even think it, it means just that, to take enough thought, enough research, and enough just thinking in your mind, depending on what the issue is, if you have to research it, or if it's just thinking it out in the thought exercise. And there's a great thing too, Timothy Ferriss has called fear setting. It's rarely involved though, overwhelmed me. I might come up with a more simplified version. Basically just looking at what's negative and, looking at the bad things. What's the worst thing that could happen? And if you can take it, you go for it. That's the even think method. That's the idea I'm going to put out there that I'm starting to formulate and cultivate, that I'm here doing. But I'm here again to collaborate with you, to connect with you, to build this community, to bring all our unique geniuses together. So it's not just me and my ideas. Everything significant I've done in my life has been when I've brought other minds in, that mastermind concept. I think Napoleon Hill started that, where we get together in a group and we talk about things. We go back and forth. Maybe you shoot some ideas at me. Maybe if I suggest something, you go, hey, Mike, that didn't work, man. Or this other thing did work. But yeah, definitely. So for today, this is the big thing. This is a call to arms. Anybody, anybody and everybody who is an overthinker, who you see just making indecision, or bad decisions, they're rushing in, underthinking things, and you want to help them just even think, or help yourself even think, let them know about what's going on in here. This is free content here. There's no build up to a big launch with a big product. I have no launch. I have no product. Honestly, like I said, I'm just trying to put together information I'm going to encapsulate into a book that could feature, you in it. I want to feature you. If you're here with me, you're struggling, you're going through the journey, you're trying things out, what worked, what didn't work. So that's the thing. The way to get involved, again, there's going to be the email sign-up list at thrivemewild.com, even think. So it's going to be thrivemewild.com/eventhink. And when you go on that webpage, it's going to have a little simple sign-up form. There'll probably be another opt-in to make sure you really want it when you go to your email box. And you're just going to get them daily updates, just one a day. After that, maybe like a weekly kind of thing, with different messages and videos and cool stuff like this to improve your life. And yeah, and I really want to collaborate with you though. Get involved so you can comment. And I'm referring to my notes here to see what I'm talking about. You let me know some good references. But so we can bring all of our unique geniuses together so we can rise together. We can support each other, build this together. And a little bit more about me, kind of who your head overthinker is here in this group. And I was, for a long time, I was an introvert. I didn't talk to anybody. Even through high school, I rode the bus, I'd look out the window, not talk to anybody. And that made me more, in my cocoon, where people just were more critical of me, right? Because I wasn't interacting with them. They thought, oh, he doesn't like us. He thinks he's too good for us. So they would, call me names or talk about me. And I thought that nobody liked me, or very few people liked me in the world. I had a few friends and very little prospects in the world, because when you start, closing yourself in and thinking of what you're not going to do, you're like, right, I'm not going to talk to people. So that means I can't, even go on an interview. I'm going to be super nervous. Am I qualified for the job? My life had very limited options. And then I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to go out and be a theater arts major. Because I'd always been fascinated by magic. I read magic books since I was 8 years old. And I just jumped right into it. And I thought about the idea for a while, though, reading the magic books, with the history of it. So it's kind of like the even think, where I'd done the research. I thought about being a magician. And then there was no real downside to being a theater arts major. So I was like, let me just jump in. My parents want me to go to college. I jumped in on the first day of orientation. I became a theater arts major. And that led on to getting my degree. And I did a couple small acting roles, well, some major acting roles in Rutgers with the school productions, it was student production. But the magic thing, it didn't really happen. I had all these odd jobs in between. And then after 5 years at my last, real job, where I was stocking shelves overnight, I was doing it part-time. I had my side hustle on doing magic. And then I just went in full-time. I got involved. I went to this workshop, intensive boot camp, they call it. Love that boot camp. Like they're going to make you climb a fence or something, go under some barbed wire. I was really in a hotel room where we're just hanging out in suits about a specific kind of magic. And I didn't really get into that kind of magic, but it got me started to do magic full-time. And for over 11 years, I've been doing magic full-time. And now I'm moving into a new business. My new side hustle is kind of putting out this information to you guys. Eventually, like I said, making it into a book but I'm here to collaborate with you just to provide lots of useful things. And you can see me test out things in real time with a real overachiever, somebody who overthinks things all the time. I'm overthinking this video right now. So that's it. So you can sign up. That's ways to get involved. So you're not an underliver. You're a even thinker. I'm just making up words and things for you here. So yeah, call to arms, conquer your overthinking, get involved, get engaged, sign up to the email list at thrivemewild.com/eventhink. There's going to be some free tools there. Like I said, I'm going to have a downloadable audio version if you're not able to catch the live video, or if you're always on the go, you got your kids and your career and your school and whatever else you got going on. You can download the audio right into your phone, pop your headphones in when you're driving or working out or whatever you're doing. And you get it that way. You can read it in the written content. If you like reading things, I'll put captions below in the replay. And we're going to rock and roll, get our unique geniuses together. And I'm really here. If you got an issue, ask me. I really want to answer. I want to get engaged and involved with you to help you out in your challenges. And as I go through my challenges, hopefully you can see and relate to just the mess that I am. I mean, you see my office is a little bit messy in the back. I spent over an hour cleaning it out and fixing it up just so I could do this video. I'm looking at my notes here. So I don't have it all figured out. I don't have like a teleprompter behind me. I just got some handwritten notes here. So again, that's it. I want to leave you with this final thought here, that you have everything you need to thrive. You have your mind, you have your actions, and you have your personality. So when you go out there and you thrive, you're going to empower other people to live their full potential. So do it and sign up at thrivemewild.com/eventhink. You can get the emails every day right to your inbox. Like I said, there'll be the audio. There'll be a playlist in YouTube under Thrive Me Wild, under a playlist called Even Think. And let's rock and roll this mother. Let's conquer overthinking by even thinking. Boom.